Hi, this is Julie. Let me get back to my chair. How are you today? This morning, this is going to be only a 28-minute session, and then um, so it will be a little short, but I'm going to try to get everything into what I want. So when you're ready, come and sit on your chair, and make sure you have a sturdy chair. Make sure it doesn't slide. That's very important. And you want your knees over your ankles, your toes facing straight ahead, hips hip width apart, two fists in between your legs, shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. You can take your hands, you can turn them up to receive energy. You can turn them down. You can connect thumb and index finger together for a sign of calm abiding. And then place them on your lap. You can take your chin 1 inch back in space and just drop it ever so slightly. And just breathe, normal breath. Don't do anything special. Just observe your breath. See how it's moving in and out of your body this morning. See if you can calm it down. Now, just breathe. No rush and no hurry. Just enjoy your breath. Let any thought in your mind go away. This is called centering. You're just going to spend the next 28 minutes doing some yoga. This is what I call Julie's Yoga Bites. So now start thinking of your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose unless I tell you otherwise. Breathe deeply, filling your whole body with air. Just like the sea, just like the waves lapping against the shore as they come into the sea, like on an inhale, like we inhale. And then when we exhale, that wave goes back out to sea. See if you can picture that, visualize that in your mind. And just match your breath with that nice, easy movement, in and out. Making one breath move into the other seamlessly. And as you breathe, puff your belly out as you fill it with air. And then draw your navel back to your spine on that exhale. Make that exhale a little longer with each breath. See if you can make it a little longer on that exhale. You might have to check to see how many inhales you do. Just keep that in mind. And just breathe. Now when you're ready, walk forward to the very edge of your chair. Just don't fall off. Come back to that postural alignment we talked about in the beginning. Knees over ankles, shoulders over hips. You're sitting tall. Now we're going to add a little movement to our practice, and this is what they call it. So we're going to do a little warm-up. So the first thing we're going to do is maybe just look up to sky. Let your neck stretch up. Watch your neck. Make sure you don't stretch so far, especially if you have spinal stenosis or cervical problems with your neck. Then gaze down to earth and let your head pause for a moment. Now come back up, look to the right, come back to center, look to the left, come back to center. Take your left ear over to your left shoulder. Breathe. Release your shoulders down. If you want to stretch out that right side of your shoulder, maybe drop that right hand down a little bit toward the floor, your fingers toward the floor. Just breathe. can take that left hand, take it to the top of your head, maybe almost touching your right ear. Breathe. Now release, come all the way up. Let's go to the other side. Simple little neck stretch. As you take that right ear over, same thing, leave your hands on your lap or release that right hand down. Release both shoulders away from your ears. Just breathe into that stretch. Now if you want to take that right hand to the top of your head and stretch over, you may. If you find any pain or anything, remember if there's pain, don't do it. Now come all the way up, drop your chin to your chest one more time, and just take a gentle little sway with your head back and forth, like your head's a pendulum. And just come up to stillness. And now let's move down to our shoulders. So the first thing with our shoulders, we're going to take our hands to our fingertips to our shoulders. Elbows are out to the side. Again, if you have shoulder issues, you don't have to take them up so far. Now take your elbows up to sky, stretch all the way up. Take them down. Take them up. Take them down. Take them up and down. And as you take them up, this will be the last time, really stretch them down. Really release those shoulders. Now bring those elbows out again. Take them forward and make this nice little circle with your elbows. You can go big. You can go little. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just breathe. Now go the other way. And now pause. Now take them forward as far as you can, and then take them back. Shine your heart toward me, toward the sky. Breathe. And now release your hands down, shake your arms out, roll your shoulders one more time. Now, we're going to do what we call laterals. And laterals are just bends to the side. And the idea as we do this, when we bend over, we're going to bend over to the left. Now, as we bend, you can hang on to your chair. You can have a hand on your hip. You can take your hand to your shoulder. Release your shoulders. Most important, you want this elbow back to the back wall. If it's okay, you can raise your hand all the way up, if that's okay. Just be mindful of shoulder issues. You can gaze down at the floor. You can gaze straight ahead. You can gaze toward me. And as you're stretching over, visualize that there's an imaginary hand on your side, and you're breathing into that hand. Breathe. And now as you come up, come all the way up, pause for a moment. Let's go to the other side. So same thing, pick your hand position. You can have it, I'm okay on this side, I don't have to have it on my shoulder. I can take it all the way up to sky. Open up that left arm back, press into your feet, and then lean over to that right side. Breathe, and make sure that you're like that you have that imaginary hand on your side and you're breathing into it. This exercise, this asana, is so good to open up those little muscles between our ribs, strengthening them. Good time to do it during this crisis that we're having now. Now come all the way up, and as you come up, slide your hands in front of your knees. When you're ready, come forward into our seated cow. Come back to cat. You just move back and forth with your breath. Nice, easy movement. And now come all the way. As you come up with an inhale. And let's go to our lower body. So you can have your hands on your knees again. Walk your feet out just a little bit. Knees over ankles. And let's warm up our hips. So when you're ready, take your whole body over to the right. And just do a swirl. Now again, if you have blood pressure or dizziness issues or glaucoma, don't take your head below your heart. Just breathe. Push in. You can make it as fun as you want. You can add shoulders. You can do anything. You can have little swirls, big swirls. This just loosens up your hips. Now go the other way. Just nice, easy movement. Pause, add your shoulders, whatever feels good to you. And then come all the way up. As you come up, walk your feet back in. Take your feet out to the front. Don't slide off your chair. Toes are facing up. Keep a slight bend in your knee. Always protect your knees. Never push them down. Now when you're ready, slide your hands down your legs. And lean forward, shoulders are over your hips. This is equivalent to our staff pose in yoga. You can take your hands up to sky. Pause for a moment. This is also stretching out your hamstrings. Draw your navel back to your spine. Breathe. Now take your hands, take them out in front. Shine your palms toward me. And when you're ready, draw your navel back to your spine. Lean back. Come all the way back up. Just breathe. Little core work here. Now as you come back, take your hands down, bring your legs back in. As you bring your legs back in, pause for a moment, and we're going to take a seated warrior one. So what we're going to do first is we're going to warm up with a sun salutation. So take your hands to the center of your chest. Inhale out. You can take your arms all the way to sky. You can take your hands out. Fold forward in your forward fold. Come up halfway. Fold down again. Take your arms out to the side. Remember, glaucoma or high blood pressure, head doesn't come below your heart. Come all the way back. Now pause for a moment. Let's do it again. So we're going to inhale up. Come all the way forward. Come up halfway into our monkey. Fold down. Now anytime if it hurts your shoulders, you can come into your goddess or your cactus arms. Come up like that and then close your hands and come to prayer. Now we're going to add on. We're going to do a full sun salutation. So inhale up. Fold all the way down, come up halfway, come down. Now take this right leg back, drop your knee toward the floor, your toes are under your chair, your heel is lifted. Now take your arms up to sky. This is equivalent to our upward salute, our high lunge. Breathe, press into that front foot. Draw your navel back to your spine. Take your shoulders over your hips. If this is too much, bring your hands out in front or keep your hands on your lap. Breathe for a moment. Bring that leg back now. Pop up on your toes and take your hands all the way out in front. Now push like you're pushing against a floor or a wall. Take the back of your hands to your shoulders. Take your hands down in front of your knees. Come forward. This is our cobra. We shine our chest. We look straight ahead. Hissing is allowed if you'd like. Very relaxing. And then come all the way back. Take both feet out. Heels are up. Take your hands. Push your hands forward. This is our downward dog. Slide hands in front of your legs. Bring them all the way back. Hands come above. Straighten your chest. Take a nice deep breath. Hinge forward. Arms come out to the side. Cactus are all the way up. And then bring your hands into prayer. And just pause for a moment because we're going to do the other side. What we do usually on one side, we do on the other. Inhale up. Fold all the way down. Come up halfway. Come down partway. Leave this right leg forward. Bring this left leg back into your lunge. Bring your arms up over your head. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Press into that front foot. You can have your hands on your lap, or you can have them straight ahead. Now, bring both feet back, parallel, pop up on your toes. Take your hands all the way out in front. And as you do, turn your palms toward me. Press like you're pressing against the wall. Lots of activity in those arms. Bring those hands back. Elbows are tucked by your body. Slide your hands in front of your knees. Then come all the way forward in cobra. Hissing again is optional. When you come back, take both heels out. Take your hands out. Pause for a moment. Down dog. This is a resting pose. You look like an inverted V. Take your hands all the way back up under your legs. You're up into your monkey. This is what they call this. You forward fold. Arms shoot out to the side. Come all the way up. And bring your hands to prayer. Now we're just going to work on a little bit of a warrior pose. So when you're ready, let's see how much time I have. Okay. Take your whole body over to the left side. As you do, you can take this right foot. You want to make sure this right hip is loose. It's not sitting on the edge of your chair, so you have mobility. When you're ready, you can take this knee at an angle, like an L shape. You can have more of a U. Or if it's okay, you can drop your knee toward the floor, maybe stretching out that back leg. Now your gaze is over to that left side. You're pressing into that front feet. Now sometimes if you have a blanket and you feel like you need a little bit of elevation, you can always next time slide a blanket underneath your bum. So when you're ready, bring arms up to sky. Breathe. This is strength. Press into your feet. Both feet. On that back foot, have your toes up or parallel to the floor, to the back wall, excuse me. And pause, breathe. Shoulders are away from your ears. Now, let's add on to it. So when you're ready, take your hands out to the side, come into your cactus arms, and open and close them. Breathe. And then bring your hands back to your heart. And then drop your arms down and let's walk to the other side. We're just doing a simple warrior one. So again, that left hip is now off. You find where you want with your leg, either knee over ankle or here, wherever it's comfortable for you. Now come into your warrior. You can drop that foot to where your toes are pointed on that left foot toward me. Come up, square your shoulders over your hips. You can take your arms up to sky. You can stay here. You don't have to do anything else. But if you want to drop those arms out to the side, take a nice deep breath. Bring your palms forward and open up, in and out. And bring everything down. Come back to center. And we're moving right along. 30 minutes isn't all that much time. So next thing we're going to do, balance. Balance is very important. So with balance, we're going to do a simple tree pose. And we have options with our foot. You can cross that right ankle over the left. That leg is out to the side. These are your bottom portions of your body of what to do. The next thing you could do, if you had a book or a block, you could put your foot on the side and drop it out a little further. I just happen to have a yoga block, and I can do that on the side where your leg drops out to the side. Or if you're okay with it, you can take that ankle above your knee and come forward. Now, the secret of this pose is you press into that left foot. This is your standing leg. You can take your hands to prayer, sit tall, shoulders come over your hip, press down, breathe. You can take those fingertips up to sky, anywhere you feel like they need to go. And breathe. And you can close your eyes. Breathe. Now bring everything down again. And release that leg down. Take this left leg. You pick what you like. Say you had a hip or a knee replacement on one side, and that's putting your foot above your knee, your ankle above your knee is not available. Well, just cross your legs. But you press into that right foot. That's your strength. Breathe. Breathe. Now, you can take those hands up to sky. Grow your branches. Shoulders come over your ears. Shoulders move away. Breathe. Take your hands into prayer. As you bring them down, uncross your legs. Now we're going to do, our last pose is going to be, our active pose is going to be our pigeon pose. Pigeon pose is a big hip opener. And so we're going to take our leg, we're going to cross at our ankles again, this time ankle over left, or you're going to come up high. You can take this left hand, press down, toes turn back to your knee and lean forward. This opens up your hip. You can do this anytime if you need a hip opener. Breathe. Again, if this is too much, cross at your ankle and do exactly the same thing. Breathe. Always breathe. Most important. It isn't yoga unless you're breathing and matching your pose, your movement to that breath. Bring that leg up. Bring it down. Bring it up. Bring it down. One more time. Up and down. This is just a little sciatica care. And then slide that leg down. Cross at your ankles. And now we're going to do one little twist. So we're going to press into that right foot. We're going to rock that right hip back. We're going to take our arms to sky. We're going to release that right hand on the outside of our left knee. We're going to take a baby twist. Be mindful if you have back injuries. Grow your spine and then gently twist and look over your shoulder. Breathe. Now come all the way back around. Gaze over to the other side. Come back to center. Now you can do this and you do your practice. You can do this as long as you want. It doesn't have to be quick. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that pigeon. Cross again at your ankles. Bring it up. Ankle above knee. Your toes are turned back towards your knee. Lean forward. Nice long extended spine. Don't round forward. Breathe. Now as you come up, let's do that little sciatica. So you're just gently pushing that leg in and out. And then slide that leg down. If you have your ankles crossed at your ankles, just set up. We're going to do our half Lord of the Fishes. So when you're ready, same thing. I'm going to cross, turn my toes up, sit tall, and now we're going to twist to the right. So you want to rock that left hip back. That keeps your sacrum in line when you take your twist. Now grow your arms up, release that right hand behind you. Take that left hand on the outside of that right knee, drop your shoulders down, press into that left foot, and initiate your twist and look over to the opposite way. Breathe. Release any thought. Just feel your body twist. Again, pain, don't do it. Come out of it. Come all the way around. Look the other direction. And then uncross. Come back. Now, we're going to get ready to go into our Shavasana. And Shavasana is a resting pose. But before we do, take your hands, take them to the top of your head. Give your head a little pat. Anywhere that feels good. And maybe massage your head, anything, your temples. We carry a lot of tension now in these times. And now as you take your fingers down to the side of your face, match your index and your middle finger together and put it between your eyebrows, and then stretch the skin back to your temples, nice and gentle, and then go up to the top of your head, to your hairline. As you do, take those fingers and drop them down to the side and give your jaw a nice little rub. And then take it behind, get behind your neck a little rub. You might want to take your fingers and massage your earlobes, and maybe even pressing them down. Then take your hands to the back of your neck. Give yourself a little nudge, little massage there. All those deep muscles. Give yourself a nice pat your whole body. Take your hands to your lap. Take your toes out. And now, rest. You can sit back in your chair, but if you do, make sure you don't slam your back completely into the chair. You want a natural curve of your lower spine, your lumbar region. And just pause and rest. Release any thoughts. Breathe normally. You don't have to do any special breath. And just gently make a check of your body. If there's any spot that has any tension, maybe take your breath to it. Your eyes are soft. Your jaw is relaxed. Your body is sinking and melting into your chair. And as you pause here, you can always do Shavasana longer. You can stay here. You don't have to get up or move. Just breathe into your body. When you're finished with your practice, be sure to drink plenty of water. Now take your hands to the center of your chest. Bring your fingertips up to your forehead. Kind thoughts too close to your lips. Loving words to your heart. Compassionate heart. Namaste. And thank you for joining me, and I'll do another yoga bite. And maybe next time I'll do it, I'll do a standing yoga bite. So I'm going to turn everything off now.